Let's get started with our first news. Umar Nurmagomedov defeated Mario Bautista via unanimous decision after a wild and gritty fight. The bout started with a shocking moment, as Umar was dropped by a powerful knee in the first round. However, he recovered quickly, showing his composure and elite grappling to regain control of the fight. Despite the early scare, Umar adjusted brilliantly, mixing up his striking and wrestling to dominate the later rounds and secure a clear decision win. After the fight, Umar remained humble but confident. He said it doesn't matter who wins the upcoming rematch between Merab and Podjan, because he believes he will become the next bantamweight champion regardless. He emphasized that his goal is the title, and nothing will stop him from reaching it. A funny moment from the fight caught fans' attention when Stefan Struve posted a picture of Umar caught in a toe hold in the first round, writing, "Ouch." Henry Cejudo weighed in, saying Umar has earned the next title shot. However, Ariel Helwani disagreed, suggesting Ayman Zahabi deserves the opportunity next after 7 straight wins. Michael Chiesa praised Bautista, saying, "That man's a dog. He deserves respect." Bilal Muhammad also showed love to both fighters, noting that Bautista never gave up, while Gilbert Burns called Umar very good and said his future looks bright. In Umar's corner tonight was none other than Khabib, who celebrated passionately after the victory. In a hilarious post-fight moment, Khabib wrestled Daniel Cormier out of the octagon, sending the crowd into laughter. During his post-fight interview, Umar expressed deep gratitude to the fans. "It's amazing, you know. All the stadium supported me. I heard them shouting my name, Umar, Umar. It's an amazing feeling. I hope to fight here again. The city is beautiful, the people are kind, and the weather is perfect." He admitted, though, that he's not fully satisfied with his performance. "I'm not proud. I should have finished him. I must dominate for all 15 minutes. I need to be better." Umar said he hopes his next fight will be a 5-round main event to gain more experience and test his endurance. "If it's not for the title next, I still want to fight again soon, maybe in February or late January. I'll be ready." Despite the challenges, Umar left the arena with his hand raised, his confidence unshaken, and his eyes locked on gold. Move on to another news. The UFC 321 main event between Tom Aspinall and Cyril Gane ended in absolute chaos, as the fight was ruled a no contest after an unintentional eye poke. Just moments into the very first round, Gane accidentally poked Aspinall in the eye, immediately stopping the action. Tom was seen wincing in pain, repeatedly telling the referee that he couldn't see. Despite attempts to continue, the doctor had no choice but to wave it off. The crowd erupted in confusion and disappointment, but Tom remains the undisputed heavyweight champion. Before the foul, Gane looked sharp, landing quick jabs and solid movement, while Aspinall was starting to find his rhythm. However, the accidental poke changed everything. Terrence McKinney reacted online, saying, "Bro, he was hopping out. Gane was smacking his nose with the jab. His eye was closed. No way." After watching the replay, he added, "The other eye looked even worse than the one he was holding." Bilal Muhammad commented, "I've been there. It's the worst feeling ever." He followed up saying, "Ganey can't be mad. You clearly poked him. Learn to keep your hands closed." Diego Lopez reacted with a series of facepalm emojis, while Dylan Dennis jumped in saying, "Well, at least now we know how John Jones versus Tom Aspinall would have ended." Derek Brunson was stunned, posting, "Wow, the fight ended with an eye poke? No contest. The heavyweight division is cursed or what?" Even Chael Sonnen couldn't resist chiming in with a sarcastic remark, mocking the situation by saying, "I'm still champion, guys. I just got poked knuckle deep in the eyeball." "Oh, what? Why are you booing?" "What am I supposed to do about it?" "I didn't do the poke. I can't see. This is bull." It was clear that both fighters were frustrated. Tom, visibly upset, apologized to the fans, explaining he simply couldn't see out of either eye. The fight had barely begun, and yet in seconds it was over. As fans booed in disbelief, the medical team stepped in, and Aspinall was quickly transported to the hospital for further evaluation. Later that night, Alex Pereira posted a video on Instagram with the caption, "Let's make the heavyweight division great again," tagging the UFC, and adding emojis hinting he wants to fight John Jones. Perhaps even suggesting doing it at the White House. The heavyweight division remains in limbo, and fans are left wondering what's next after another bizarre night in the UFC. Move on to another news. Justin Gaethje is turning up the pressure on the UFC, demanding a fight with Ilia Topuria on the highly anticipated White House card. During a recent Q&A session, the former interim lightweight champion made it crystal clear that his focus remains locked on Ilia. Gaethje explained that he originally pushed for the fight to happen in January, but for reasons beyond his control, the matchup didn't come together. Now, he's setting his sights on what could be one of the biggest events in UFC history, a fight night at the White House. Justin spoke passionately about his loyalty to the company, emphasizing that he's always been one of the most dependable fighters on the roster. "I've never not shown up for a fight. I've never let the UFC down. I've never failed them. I've always been there," he said. Gaethje believes that loyalty should finally pay off with the fights he's been asking for. "I expect to get that fight and represent the United States of America on the White House lawn," he declared with full confidence. When asked about his timeline, Gaethje admitted he's unsure when he'll fight next, but is ready the moment the opportunity comes. "My next fight? I'm planning on fighting whenever Ilia is fighting. I was hoping they'd let me fight him in January, but I can't really see that happening now. The biggest question is, when is Ilia fighting again? I don't know the answer to that, and I don't think anybody except him and his team do." He went on to add that the best case scenario would be both of them competing at the White House event. "I can't imagine why they wouldn't put that fight on that card. He's a champ. He's very popular. I'm an American, and I'm just as deserving as anybody in the lightweight division." Gaethje's energy during the interview was raw and real. He spoke with pride, fire, and that trademark grit that made fans fall in love with him in the first place. He knows Ilia is one of the hottest names in MMA right now, and he wants to test himself against the best, on the biggest stage possible. "Hell yeah," Justin said, grinning at the end of his interview, clearly ready for War. Now, the ball is in the UFC's court to make this dream matchup happen, one that could light up the sport like never before. Move on to another news. One of the most hyped heavyweight showdowns of the year ended in absolute chaos as Cyril Gane accidentally poked Tom Aspinall in the eye, forcing the UFC 321 main event to be ruled a no contest. The atmosphere inside the arena shifted from electric to stunned silence in seconds as the referee waved off the bout. Tom was visibly in pain, repeatedly telling the officials he couldn't see out of his eye. Fans immediately took to social media, erupting in debate over the bizarre ending. Some criticized Aspinall, claiming he should have tried to continue, while others defended him, pointing out that the poke was clearly severe and unintentional. Both Gane and Aspinall looked heartbroken in the aftermath, knowing how much was at stake. The fight had been shaping up to be something truly special, with both heavyweights trading heavy blows and showcasing world-class movement before the unfortunate incident. Moments later, Tom was transported straight to the hospital for further evaluation. This result now marks only the second no contest in UFC title fight history, making it an incredibly rare and disappointing outcome for fans and fighters alike. Despite the chaos, both men handled the situation with respect and professionalism. Gane expressed remorse and said he hoped Tom would recover quickly, while Aspinall told reporters later that he wanted nothing more than to run it back. "It's heartbreaking," he said. "We trained for months and the fight was just getting started. I want a rematch, 100%. That's the only way to settle it." But the night didn't end quietly online. Jon Jones couldn't resist adding fuel to the fire, posting a mocking Instagram story shortly after the fight, seemingly taking a jab at Aspinall. The post read, "Grown man out here chasing his dreams," accompanied by a laughing emoji. However, Jones deleted the story moments later, not before fans captured screenshots and began sharing them all over social media. The UFC community is now buzzing with speculation about what comes next. Will the UFC rebook the fight immediately, or will Tom need time to heal? One thing's for sure, the rivalry between Aspinall and Gane isn't over. The storyline is just getting started, and when these two meet again, it's bound to be explosive. Fans are already eager for the rematch that could finally deliver the rounds we all missed at UFC 321. Move on to another news. UFC 321 has officially wrapped up, and it was a night packed with action, surprises, and special appearances. One of the biggest highlights came early in the evening when Khabib Nurmagomedov was spotted in attendance. Once again taking on the role of mentor and coach, the former lightweight champion was there to corner his teammate Ikram Aliskerov, who delivered an impressive performance to earn a dominant, unanimous decision victory over Junyoung Park on the prelims. Khabib could be seen in the corner shouting instructions, keeping his fighter composed and focused, just like the leader he's always been. After the fight, Khabib made his way backstage, where cameras caught a powerful moment between him and Tom Aspinall. The heavyweight champion was preparing for his main event against Cyril Gane, and Khabib took a few minutes to give him advice, sharing his trademark calm and strategic mindset. In a quiet but intense conversation, Khabib explained the importance of mixing all disciplines together rather than relying on one. Sometimes, boxing separate, wrestling separate, things like that. But when you use everything together, wrestling, pressure, boxing, that's when you become dangerous, he told Tom. He continued, emphasizing how to handle a striker like Gane. Because he's a striker. He moves a lot, he has good footwork, good legs, good timing. But when you use your pressure, you make him think. You make him hesitate. You make him worry about what's coming next. Khabib mimicked combinations as he spoke, showing how to fake a takedown to open up the punches. When you set up your shots, show him something. Let him believe you're going for one thing, but go for another. You have to make him think. The advice perfectly captured Khabib's legendary fight IQ. Calm, calculated, and rooted in the fundamentals of dominance. As always, his presence carried weight. Fighters, fans, and even commentators acknowledge that whenever Khabib is in the building, the energy shifts. His ability to read fights and inspire those around him remains unmatched. Throughout the night, Khabib stayed engaged, supporting his teammates and interacting with fans. Even though he's retired, his influence on the new generation of fighters is stronger than ever. UFC 321 may be over, but the image of Khabib guiding champions and shaping the next wave of greatness continues to remind everyone why he's one of the most respected figures in the sport. Move on to another news. Tom Aspinall has been transported to the hospital after the UFC 321 main event ended in a shocking and gruesome no contest. The undisputed heavyweight champion was in the toughest fight of his career against Cyril Gane in Abu Dhabi, and the bout was shaping up to be an instant classic before disaster struck. With just seconds left in a razor-close first round, Gane accidentally poked Aspinall in both eyes during an exchange, leaving the British champion unable to see. The crowd at the Etihad Arena was stunned as officials rushed in to check on Tom, who could be seen wincing in pain and repeatedly blinking in an attempt to regain vision. Despite the ringside doctors initially suggesting that the fight might continue, it became clear that Aspinall couldn't go on. The referee had no choice but to call a stop to the contest. As a result, the fight was ruled a no contest, meaning Aspinall retains his title, but without the definitive conclusion fans were hoping for. Before the foul, the fight had been incredibly competitive. Gane's jab was sharp and consistent, opening a cut across Tom's nose early in the round. The champion, however, was beginning to find his rhythm, landing heavy counters and pushing forward with his trademark aggression. The bout was just starting to heat up. Both fighters were bloodied, and the energy inside the arena was electric. It truly felt like something special was unfolding, until the freak accident changed everything. According to MMA Mania's Alex Behunin, Tom was immediately rushed to the hospital for medical evaluation. A report later confirmed by UFC CEO Dana White during the post-fight press conference. White expressed his frustration over the incident, calling the situation a pain in the ass, and emphasizing that the fight was on its way to becoming a barn burner before it ended. He also hinted that the UFC plans to run the matchup back as soon as possible once Tom is cleared to return. Both fighters appeared devastated by the result, with Gane showing genuine concern for Aspinall in the aftermath. Fans, meanwhile, have already begun calling for an immediate rematch, believing unfinished business remains between these two elite heavyweights. The heavyweight division, once again, finds itself in limbo, and all eyes are now on Tom's recovery and the inevitable rematch that will settle this unfinished war inside the octagon. Move on to another news. Ilia Topuria has finally broken his silence about what's next for him, and the undefeated featherweight champion made it clear exactly who he wants to fight. Speaking with Diario AS, Ilia gave a candid update on his UFC future amid swirling rumors of a potential showdown with Paddy Pimblett. Over the past few weeks, his name has been linked to several big opponents, including Justin Gaethje, Paddy, and Arman. But when asked directly who he'd most like to face next, Ilia didn't hesitate for a second. He wants Paddy Pimblett. "There's really nothing official at the moment," Ilia said. "I haven't had any conversations with the UFC yet. Everything right now is just rumors, but if it were up to me, I'd choose Paddy. There's history between us, and I think it would be a much more entertaining fight for the fans." His calm but confident tone carried the same energy that's made him one of the most talked about champions in the sport today. Ilia went on to explain that for him, it's not just about the rankings or titles anymore, it's about delivering excitement. "At the end of the day, I fight to entertain. I fight to give people a show, to make them feel something special when they watch me perform. And I think with Paddy, we could achieve that." The rivalry between the two dates back years, with both men exchanging heated words online and in interviews. Fans have long speculated about a potential matchup, and now it seems Ilia is ready to make it happen. Despite the growing anticipation, Ilia made sure to remind everyone that nothing is set in stone yet. "Until I get that call from the UFC, it's just talk. Once we go into the details, I'll be able to tell you more." Still, his intent couldn't be clearer. He wants the fight, and he wants it soon. The idea of Ilia versus Paddy has already taken social media by storm, with fans debating whether the outspoken Liverpool star could handle the precision, speed, and knockout power of the undefeated champion. Ilia remains calm, focused, and unbothered by the noise. He knows exactly who he is, a dominant champion at the top of his game. "When it happens," he said with a grin, "it's going to be something special,